Happy spring, everybody! It is the beginning of April 2019, and the garden is finally waking up. 2 years ago, I decided that I wanted to transition my front yard to a cottage garden that will attract pollinators like the bees, the butterflies, and definitely the hummingbirds. So last year, I started this transition by trialing out a few plants, and I hope to complete it this year. I purchased a ton of plants, and I'm just about getting ready to put them in the ground. But before I do, I wanted to show you how things are looking today. So let's get started. Progress is going well. I've got some daffodils here that have some flower buds on them. This Agastaki Ava here, right there, finally putting out growth. I've got a hyacinth coming up here, and another daffodil with a flower bud on it, and another hyacinth. I have some, where are they? Salvias here. Don't see any growth on them. And another salvia right here. Again, I don't see any growth on it. My hyssop is coming in. And that is the lemon thyme, it's coming in. I do see some growth on the Penstemon Elfin Pink, although it's very hard to see. You see that right there? And it's definitely exciting. Where's the other one? Here, the other one right here. Putting on new growth. I didn't think these guys were gonna make it. That is exciting. Here you go. More growth coming in. And another Elfin Pink Penstemon. New growth coming in. Lots of new growth coming in. That's exciting. More daffodils right here. And my lavender phenomenal. Not looking very phenomenal right now. I did trim it down. I'm scared for this one. I'm praying for you, baby. The yarrow. Oh my god. My last video, March 10th. It was barely there. Now look at it. It is booming. All right. Down here I have some Agastaki that is putting on a lot of growth. This one is a Rosy Posy. These are Microcosmias. I think they're late summer bloomers, so I don't expect any action on that one just yet. More daffodils here. Another Crocosmia. Another Agastaki putting on growth right here. I do have to still prune all this dead stuff, and when you prune, you got to take it down all the way to the ground. All this dead stems, got to take it down all the way to the ground because the new growths come in from the root ball. This is a red ears lamb, or also known as a scarlet hedged nettle. This one was prolific last year, did really well, putting on a lot of growth. Now this one is another scarlet hedged nettle, and it's totally dead. I don't think this one will survive. This one was dying end of last summer. Deer were stepping on here to climb and eat the hydrangea, my Annabelle hydrangea, which was down here. And they destroyed this one, so I don't think it will come up, but I do have more scarlet hedge nettle, a total of 6 that I bought because I loved it so much that I will be planting in this bed. I did remove the Annabelle hydrangea. I've had it for 8 years. It was the first plant I planted in the front yard when I moved into this house. I loved it. It had its time, and now I'm kind of over it. It takes the whole entire front yard up. I mean, seriously, that thing grows like a monster. You know, it's about 4 feet high by 5 feet wide, and I don't get to enjoy many other plants as much because it takes up so much room. So I did dig it up. I'm going to give it to a family member, which makes room for more plants. And what I'm trying to do with this front yard, I'm going for a cottage garden, more a pollinator garden. I do want to attract the bees and the butterflies and definitely the hummingbirds. I had quite a few hummingbirds last year for the first time ever, only because I did plant all the hummingbird attracting plants like the Agastaches, like the penstemons, like the scarlet hedge nettle. All of those plants attract hummingbirds, they attract pollinators, and that is what I'm trying to do this year with my front yard. So unfortunately something had to go. The Annabelle hydrangea, which I get a lot of compliments on, had to go, but it is going to a happy home, so I'm not sad about it. All right, moving on. Here is another Agastake, Rosy Posy, putting on new growth right here. I still haven't trimmed this one down, but I will be doing that. And then this is a pink hydrangea. It's a sort of a panicle type of hydrangea. I don't know exactly the name of it, but it does put on pretty blooms. I decided to leave it. I do see a lot of buds starting to pop up there, so that's a good sign. More yarrow. This is the terracotta yarrow, and this was the skullcap that I had last year, which did so well. It was blooming all summer long. It's starting to put on some growth, I see here. I do have some sage here that I'm going to probably take out because I do want to put in more plants, and I wasn't totally in love with it. So that is my big front yard bed. And then my small front yard bed, I have yarrow here that did not bloom at all last year. It is Desert Eve Deep Rose. I'm gonna give it a chance. If it doesn't do well, I'm gonna take it out and put something else in. I had some Agastakes here I took out of the ground. I'm gonna be moving that on to a family member. And then back here I have some columbines, red hobbit, and another columbine red hobbit. It is a perennial, but I think it reseeds. So it did well. It's coming up real nice. It's March 30th and we have growth. And then here is an Agastake Ava, hummingbird mint, coming in. So that is my front yard beds. I did plant my pots. I have the nasturtiums here, they're trailing down, and then I have violas, various colors of violas. And then if you look closely, I have the alyssums here. You can hardly tell that they're there, but I think they will enjoy being in this bigger pot, and they will start to spread out eventually as the summer moves on, and they will look really good. So that's one pot. Second pot right there. Third pot done. And last pot also done. You can see the alyssums that I was growing from seed right there, 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 and there. And then last plant I have is this hydrangea over here, and it's already putting out growth. Look at that. This one is an endless summer. It's supposed to bloom on new and old wood. Last year it did not bloom at all, not one flower. And I think that is because I had transplanted it, and also I had trimmed all the stems really low to the ground right before I transplanted it into this spot. So last summer I promised myself that I was not going to trim it. I was gonna let the leaves die out, and we'll see what happens this year. I'm anxious. Can't wait to find out. All right, well, that is my front yard update. Stay tuned. I will try to add on more footage as to the new plants that I will put into this bed shortly. Well, I'm finally finished working for today. I planted all the plants I've received in the mail in the ground. I do have more plants coming in. They haven't arrived yet, and when they do, I will do another video. So for now, let's just take a quick look at what we got. These are the new Agastaki Kudos Mandarin, and these are the Penstemon Pike Peak. And then back there, this one already existed, Agastaki Ava, and I just planted that one today. So that's the update for the small bed. Big bed. Planted all of these Agastaki Kudos Mandarin. 5 of them in a row here. And then over here I have a row of Agastaki Rosy Posy. So I have a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So that should be a nice pink color in the summer. All right, then I put in these scarlet hedge nettles. This one doesn't look so good, but I'm hoping that you know, since it's got good roots, that it will reestablish. If it doesn't, if it dies, I will call High Country Gardens, and they will be happy to ship me another one for replacement. And this is the other scarlet hedge nettle. All right, back here I have a row of 1, 2, 3, 4 Penstemon Pikes Peak. And then back there I have 2 Agastaki Avas, and the third one from last year is that one right there. So those are all the plants that I put in this year. I'm excited for this little patch to become a cottage country garden and a pollinator garden, more importantly, and I can't wait to see those hummingbirds buzzing around. All right, I'm exhausted, but I will be back with another video and definitely more updates. And as always, thanks for watching, and until next time.